You break off that big run on Saturday. Coach said you're getting back to 100%. Where do you feel like you're at? Are we at 90, 95? Are you 100%, or where are you at?
I'd say we're getting back to 100. Once you get into this part of the season, there's not really 100%, but whenever you can get as close as possible to feeling like yourself every Saturday, that's what I'm shooting for. And, man, it felt really good this past weekend, and it's another grind to get back to feeling that good for this upcoming game.
It's obviously you're playing Texas this week. Is this game, I mean, I know you're probably going to say it's not bigger than any other game, but is there a little bit extra added motivation this week playing Texas?
Never any extra motivation, but it's another game, another opportunity for us to kind of keep going on this journey where we want to go. And for it to be playing against where I'm from, of course, is always a little thing in the back, a chip a little bit larger on your shoulder because of some of the things that happened and just the way my recruiting process went. But you can never let that kind of fuel you. You got to go out there and play your own game for your guys.
Is there anything you can take away from last year's game with them?
Yes, sir. I mean, first and foremost, they have a really good defense. Have some guys coming back from that team last year. And just the way that they operate. We played down at UT, and understanding that, man, we're going to get a four-quarter fight out of them. And that's exactly what happened this past game. They came out on top. So we have to understand that it's coming in, it's going to have to be a 60-minute fight the entire time.
What's been the key to you getting those 100-yard games against Texas the last 2 years?
100% the O-line. Anytime you have five guys up in front of you that are playing the way they play, they're fighting their butts off every single time that you get out there, and then you have the guys on the perimeter also doing the same thing, tight ends and everybody working together. It makes the job really easy. You just got to put the ball where it needs to be, and at that point go and make somebody miss, because anytime you get a one-on-one opportunity, man, the people up front did a great job.
How much fun are you having this season?
Oh, man, I'm having so much fun. I've told everybody, this is the most fun I've had playing football since I was a little kid. Just this team, everybody in it, the support system, the staff, man, they make it really fun to come in here every single day.
Where does your selflessness come from?
Definitely my parents. It's been instilled in me since I was a little kid. I'll never forget my mom, man, she ripped into me one time after my first flag football game whenever I didn't want to shake anybody's hand because we had lost. And after that, it kind of put me on the right path. And ever since then, she kind of showed me the empathy and the way that you have to conduct yourself as a football player in this status.
What's the biggest thing you've learned about yourself this season?
Just the way to persevere through a lot of things that have been going on throughout this year that, I mean, it's behind the scenes, and everybody sees the things that happen on Saturday, but the things you have to put on to Monday through Friday on Sunday, and then every single week having that grind of waking up at 5 a.m. and going to bed at 9 p.m. and having a packed day and understanding that this is what you have to do to succeed. I'm proud of myself and the way I've handled that.
I asked Coach this question, but I think it was a conversation you guys had in the locker room. A team of all Cooper Beebes versus a team of all Cade Warners. Who you got?
Is this a fighting match or?
No, football game. 22 Cooper Beebes, okay. 22 Cade Warners.
I don't know. I mean, because I got to go Cooper Beebe, just the brute strength. I mean, I don't know if Cade will have enough time to get the ball off if he's trying to block Cooper. But then again, if he does get the ball off, I don't know if Coop's tracking him down. And I mean, I love Coop, but that'd definitely be a sight to see. Definitely be a sight to see.
Do you remember the summer you were saying it was cool to go out to that camp and spend some time with Bijan Robinson? What kind of guy is he, and what kind of friendship do you guys have?
He's a really cool dude. The first thing that we talked about when we first got up there was our journeys to this kind of path to where we're at right now, and almost two completely different ones. But the way that he conducts himself, the way he carries himself, the way that he wants to be, like he says, be a blessing, the way that he wants to put himself out there to be an inspiration to people and kids that want to be like him, and I have the utmost respect for him, and I feel like our friendship has grown over these past couple of years of competing against each other and then getting to see each other outside of a helmet and kind of building that relationship about some of the things that we kind of hold close to each other.
Do you communicate at all with him during the season or in a week like this?
Yeah, so I actually talked to him this past weekend. He wished me luck against Oklahoma State and then texted me after the game. We're kind of talking about this is already our third year competing against each other. I know he was hurt last year, but this is already year 3 that we're kind of playing each other. So we said it's going to be fun competing against each other one more time.
How much do you relish rivalries like that are also friendships?
Oh, man, it's really cool. Just from the fact of, I mean, he's a super good football player. Rashawn Johnson is a really good football player, too. So anytime you go in, you're playing against another good group of backs. It's one of those things where it's like you have to up your game. You can never have have yourself keyed in on that, but it's definitely one of the things that's really fun to play against because you understand you're going to see some really good football played.
What's been the difference the last couple of weeks for you in the passing game? Are people playing you different? Is it the fact that you guys are maybe more of a vertical threat? Has that helped, or?
I feel like it's kind of been the scheme a little bit. There have been some more ways that I've gotten outside the backfield, lined up in the slot just a little bit more, but it's also been because of the teams that we've been playing. These teams play a lot more man than some of the teams that we saw before. When you go play in Iowa State, who plays a lot of more zone versus like a TCU and Oklahoma State play cover one, cover zero match type thing. So you kind of get more opportunities to be one-on-one with a linebacker or a safety, which kind of opens up some things.
You like that part of the game?
Absolutely. I love getting out of the backfield and catching the ball. It's one of the things I've done since I was a little kid, and I'll keep loving to do as long as I'm in that position.
I wonder how much differently have defenses treated y'all's run game now that Will's come in there and thrown for a bunch of yards?
It's opened up a whole bunch of stuff, just from the mere fact that they have to honor it. Anytime that you have a quarterback can throw 4 touchdowns in the first half, at that point you see the linebackers start to line up with a little bit more depth. You start to see the safeties aren't in the run fits as much. They're starting to drop back into the zone and the half quarters and things like that. So it opens up a lot of things. It allows for 5-man boxes, 6-man boxes compared to 7 and 8-man boxes.
Are you guys in a good position with the quarterbacks?
Yes, sir.
I mean, yeah.
Yes, sir. We have 2 really, really good quarterbacks in our stable right now. And we're gonna keep handling it the way that needs to be handled because we understand that both those guys have the utmost confidence and in their abilities to be able to run this offense. So whoever's in, man, we're rolling.
When you hugged Beast Bros, did you ever envision that you would be next to him on the all-time rushing chart?
No, at the time, man, I was thrilled to be in his presence, thrilled to be meeting him, and this is a person that I looked up to for a very, very long time. So be able to have that, I guess, connection, that meeting was big time. To be even close in the realm with his name here at Kansas State's been unreal and would be surreal.
Maybe this is a silly question, but every week I see you guys come in here wearing each other's gear. You got Adrian's on, you got Felix jersey on after the game. Why is that a thing you guys do? Why do you all support each other in that way?
Man, like I said, I love this team, and I love every single person inside this locker room. Every single person on this team's had a direct impact on my life, whether that be small, big, medium, but every single person shares at least something in common. And man, anytime we come in here, we understand the grind that everybody's been through. We understand everything that's been going on since January. So to be able to go out here and play for each other, and then when somebody has merch come out and they're excited about it, man, we're the first people to go in there and click. It's $30, $40. Man, I'm dropping the bread off rip, and I'll worry about the consequences later. My mom calling me, man, you just spent $100 on your friend's gear. I don't care at the point, because that's the person that I love, and anything that goes back into his pocket, man, I'm gonna do it. So I got some Will Howard stuff coming. I got some Omar Daniels stuff coming. I got some JP stuff coming. I got all types of stuff coming right now. My mom's probably gonna have a fit about all
It's
of
a
that.
little easier to drop that money when you've got some NIL money coming in for yourself.
I'd say so. Just a little bit easier back when I was in high school. But yes, sir.
So how many different shirts or how much different merch do you own from your team guys?
So purchased, I have a lot of stuff on the way right now. So from Sincere Mason to Will to myself to Adrian to, let's see, Cooper Beebe to all types of guys, Daniel Green to, I mean, as many guys as there are on the team that have merch. I've bought it, and they're actually, most are coming in. It's been a while waiting on them, but man, whenever they get here, I'll be ecstatic. I'm probably wearing them on a loop for the rest of the season.
Describe the challenge of going up against Texas front seven.
Yes, sir. They do a really good job of condensing gaps. The linebackers are pretty smart as well. They'll be able to sit and hold and maintain gap integrity, which makes it really hard whenever you run the football, because if somebody is patient enough to allow you to sit in the backfield and say, either you're going to come and make me miss in a gap, or my guy from the backside that's not being blocked is going to come and get you, it makes it hard. And I feel like they have a pretty strong front seven that's really good at condensing those gaps. So now that big hole, that big lane, all of a sudden turns into this small gap that you have to get through in a split second.
How important is it for you guys to protect the house this weekend?
Very big time. Just from the mere fact that, I mean, we had 51,000 strong this past weekend, and we feed off of that energy. So to go out here and play for them, to play 60 minutes of unbelievable competitive football, and to get a big-time win in Bill Snyder Family Stadium for those 51,000 people, because we understand the sacrifice they're making every Saturday, coming from 2 hours away, 3 hours away, camping out, tailgating before the game, especially at night. We want to perform for them.
And you guys went up 9 spots in the rankings. When you look at the rankings, what are you thinking about these days?
Gotta keep that chip on our shoulder. Have to keep that same chip on our shoulder that we've had this entire season, understanding that those rankings don't mean anything. The rankings don't go out there and play on Saturday. We do. And we have to go out there and conduct the same high level that we have throughout the week and on Saturday to give ourselves a chance to be successful.
Thanks, Deuce.
Yes, sir.
That's a more NIL question for you. Has it been cool, like I go to the grocery store and I see just a bunch of Vaughn shirts all over the place? Is it cool to see your own merch around town?
It is pretty cool. I'll go to class and I'll have people have my stuff on, and it's really cool to have, I guess, your name, image, and likeness being not only monetized, but to see all your hard work that you've put in kind of be, shown when somebody is saying great game and they have your merch on, or something to the fact of, man, I really look up to you. That happened a lot after the game whenever the fans stormed the field. That was really the coolest thing. Whenever you have a little kid that has your jersey on, he said, "Man, you inspire me. Can I get a picture? Can I get an autograph?" I'm jumping at those opportunities, because whenever I was a little kid, I was wearing those jerseys. I was wearing all the merch of, and maybe it wasn't the authentic one, but if it was like a NFL player's jersey, I was always wearing it. If I could have met him at that time and moment, then I would have jumped at it. So to be able to be in that position now, I'm going to give back every single time.
Do you hear from any friends back home in Austin before this game?
A couple. Some asking for tickets and things like that. Some that are UT fans, poking at some fun. But yes, sir, I have.
Great.
No doubt.
Thanks, Deuce.
You said that being more involved. You said that being more involved in the passing game is partially due to design. Was that touchdown reception like pre-designed for you?
Yes, we had worked on that play, and it was one of the plays that Coach Klein had put in last year in the bowl game. We ran it. Run play with me and Malik, and we set up in the eye, trying to get the defense condensed, and then we split out the last second, trying to see if a linebacker or somebody would go out there and man coverage, and essentially run a pick play that will allow you to get to the outside, and then Will threw an amazing ball, and at that point he put it in the only place that I could go get it, and man, that's a credit to him.
And what was that touchdown celebration supposed to be?
I'm a Kappa. I'm a part of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, and so we do the shimmy, which is a dance move that we do whenever we're together celebrating our fraternity. So you shake your shoulders, called a shimmy.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
No doubt.